Isolated for centuries from their country's economy, culture, and language, village dwellers in highland Chulac, Guatemala, speak only Quechua and cannot read. Quechua women are limited in what they are permitted to do. They are second-class citizens at best, a formula for family collapse in their changing world. New roads and technology are beginning to remove Chulac's remoteness, are forcing contact with the outside world. Functioning, even survival, in that new world is critically dependent on Spanish literacy. To become more self-reliant, it is imperative that women in the Chulac region of Guatemala learn to read and write Spanish. Besides educating a household, a Quechua mother's ability in Spanish will help her sell and buy in the market, and will improve her communication with neighbors. The woman of the home will better understand the nature of local issues like land use, mining in the area, employment opportunities, and others, if she is literate in Spanish. Choice Humanitarian and WorldLink partners have been supporting literacy classes for women in Chulac, but have not been pleased with the progress. A study in May and June of 2012 considered women's literacy needs in Chulac and identified the probable causes of slow improvement. Because women are treated as second-class individuals in so many respects, there is a palpable lack of hope, a lack of self-confidence among them. In spite of this, many women are highly motivated learners, yet very uncertain about what to do, how they might improve their life and that of their families. Chosen by their villages, literacy teachers seem motivated, but they are uncomfortable in Spanish and lack confidence in their teaching skills. There is so little ongoing exposure to Spanish in the villages, there are virtually no opportunities to practice speaking or reading Spanish. Learning Spanish without using it means there is little to no retention of what is taught. Currently, where reading is taught in some villages, it is presented as sight words. Women are expected to memorize each individually unique word, a laborious, unnecessary task. Nor does it instill self-confidence in an already doubting populace. We intend to meet these needs by integrating the teaching of both basic reading and speaking skills in Spanish in a second language. The lessons uniquely combine reading and second language instruction based on models refined by Dr. Ron Guyman and successfully tested in the U.S., Mexico, Central and South America. Prototype lessons reflecting the effective combination of these two models were field tested recently in Guatemala by Dr. Larry Gale and his wife, Nell. The strategy is a one-on-one tutorial approach. Others may listen in and small groups may participate, especially in village settings where women may learn together without feeling compromised. This approach incorporates physical responses, both touch and speech. The teacher models, then has the learner duplicate her actions. The learner first repeats letter names, using her finger and speaking them. The teacher next models letter sounds and has the learner do the same. Again, the learner uses her finger and voice in response. The learner's ability to identify both letter names and sounds is established through as many practice cycles as each individual requires. In the next stage, the teacher models the blending of letter sounds, then has the learner do the same, again using her finger and voice as response. Listen while this student names the letters from two lessons with their sounds, then blends letters. This after only 13 minutes of instruction. Clearly our star pupil. The actual reading step requires the learner to read a sentence, a command, out loud, and then do it, again with physical and voice responses. This is the proof of mastery step. The concern in all of this is the progress made by each learner, not how fast nor how far each progresses compared with others. To overcome many of the scalability barriers to teaching Spanish literacy in Chulac, especially including the lack of skilled Spanish speakers and a low Spanish immersion environment, we intend to adapt these lessons for delivery on less expensive tablets. In addition to the lessons, tablets can provide teacher training, improved teacher self-confidence, and ongoing exposure to Spanish, and even automatic tracking of performance, all using audio prompts in native Quechua as needed. While apparently counterintuitive for such an isolated and primitive setting, we believe tablet teaching has promise as a scalable solution. Consider these thoughts about tablet technology. The content and instructional strategies are protected in canned presentations, like working one-on-one with a teacher. They are highly interactive lessons in what we call e-books. Please notice that the instruction in the e-books will use the same successful strategies as those tested in May and June of 2012. The tablet lessons hold graphics and visual presentations, including demonstrative animations, games, and other exercises. Tablets provide teacher training in their hands-on uses and build a teacher's self-confidence by modeling teaching strategies. So the teacher becomes primarily a motivator, diagnostician, prescriber, and evaluator. She is much less of a presenter. This is more natural to her need to nurture, is less threatening. It does require the teacher to know Spanish well enough to correct pronunciation. Tablets combined with a trained paraprofessional teacher provide one-on-one teaching and practice while building self-confidence in the learner. Obviously, tablets can also provide small group learning. The instruction, practice, and assessment is constant. It is consistent as we provide fixed content on tablets. And ongoing exposure to Spanish is possible on tablets through carefully selected documentaries, movies, and television programs. These will be presented with software we call Annotate, which gives the learner interactive control of what they are viewing. It provides feedback and access to vocabulary, examples, or questions, and of course makes repeated practice possible. Tablets at lower costs with lifelong batteries and using free open-source software are available now. Solar panel recharging stations at a village store or under teacher control could be used, possibly becoming an additional revenue source for the teacher, the village, or other entrepreneurs. Newer solar panel and battery options regularly appear on the market. What we propose is a research and development effort, a project which will proceed systematically, testing the ideas and functionality of the concepts one step at a time, with opportunity for go, no-go decisions and checks on expense. While we are completely confident that the second language reading strategy works, and we have initially tested concrete ideas about combining reading with learning a new language, efforts exactly like this have not been done before, and we need to carefully control the process. The project steps include the investigation of possibilities, the creation and testing of software, building actual lessons and placing them on tablets, testing then revising lessons based on what we've learned, afterwards adding functional literacy lessons, lessons about daily life, employment, managing money, and the like, and expanding the program's reach to other villages. Literacy is one of the most powerful ways to accelerate sustainable development in an area, and we need your help to do this. Literacy in women is critical for achieving self-reliance among the Quechua. Literate women have higher self-confidence, a greater capacity to produce and effectively sell goods at market. They're empowered to defend themselves. And literacy among mothers will result in more children attending school, especially girls. Literate women can better care for their families and can create a future, self-reliant generation. If these techniques and technology continue to show the impact witnessed this summer, we have a powerful tool that can be replicated, used in similar populations around the world. Such potential would be incalculable. We need your help. Please help the women of Chulac realize their dreams. Help them learn to read and speak Spanish for themselves and for their children.